Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire.
Good evening, y'all. Mama here. Tonight we have a couple of questions because they're sort of short answers. Patrick from New Jersey asks, what does non-con mean in terms of when a submissive says she's into it or says that it's a hard limit? Non-con is short for non-consensual non-consensual consent, basically. And what that means is, and brief side note, I had really hoped to hear back from a dear friend of mine who used to be sort of a specialist in this area, and I'll get more back to that in just a moment, go more into that a little bit. But unfortunately, I've not heard back from him, so I was hoping for a quote or maybe a little interview with him, but hey. Basically, when someone says they're into non-con, it means that they like having their limits pushed until they have to use a safe word, basically. They like saying no or pretending to be a victim, pretending to be helpless in a scene, and yet they know that at any time they can end the scene with their safe word. So they're not really helpless, they're not really having things done to them against their will, but it seems so because there's an awful lot of, no, you can't, no, please don't, going on. If it's a hard limit, that means no. It doesn't mean wait for the safe word. It means if I say no, don't do that. And so basically that's that. Now it can be as simple as Dr. John Warren in his book The Loving Dominant. He tells the tale of having a scene with a submissive where he was going to shave her pubic area. And she said, no, you can't possibly mean to do that. And he said, of course I can, unless you use your safe word. To which she answered, no, master, no, please don't do that. Anything but that, I'll do anything you ask. To which he proceeded to go ahead and shave her because he knew at that point she understood she could actually say no by using her safe word. But if she was just protesting for the sake of the scene, then, it wasn't going to stop unless she did use the safe word. It can be as simple as something like that, or non-consensuality can refer to like abduction and rape scenes, and those are usually for a little more seasoned players, a little edgier play. And I actually know a dom who used to specialize in abductions and takedowns for other people. And the submissive wouldn't necessarily know when it was coming. It was often arranged by her dominant, and she would be abducted on her way to work, out shopping, whatever, taken, and delivered to her dominant or delivered to a person of the dominant's choice. Or if the submissive had arranged the takedown, then be delivered to a person of her choice. Or even she could have left it up to the abductor, who was going to use her that day. Or he. We certainly don't discriminate here at Mama's house because, Mama has a male submissive. So that's kind of non-consensual consent in a nutshell. You realize that you can end what's going on with the use of your safe word, but you consent to having things done against your will within the scene. And of course, you can stop the scene and stop the action at any time with your safe word. Now, Sammy from Chicago asks, what is edging? Edging is a practice that is sort of based in Indian and Tibetan tantric practices. Of course, over in the West, we tend to take things that are originally meant to be very deep and very spiritual, and we make them about something else. But based loosely on some tantric practices, as far as basically it can be done alone or with a partner. And when alone, a person is pleasuring themselves and stopping just short of release. Stopping, letting the point of no return kind of recede into the background, and then continuing later, keeping themselves at a heightened state, and a very, very much sense of arousal and excitement, but not granting themselves release. This can be done with a partner, obviously, by teasing them and stopping just shy of orgasm, and then continuing the tease. Obviously, sensations can be heightened through bondage, through the dom-sub or top-bottom relationship, and can be quite intense and rewarding. That's our show for this evening. Any questions or comments, please feel free to send me an email or send me a Twitter, or ask questions below in the comments. Thank y'all so much. Mama loves y'all. Good night.